Okay, so I want to share a second potential earnings trade. This one is in IBM. If we come and take a look at our charts, if we take a look at the prior earnings trade, IBM has historically gapped up or down about $10. If we look at where we're at in our chart pattern right now, a reasonable expectation might be that IBM would drop down to around 122 or maybe pop up to around 132. That would be kind of a normal expected range based on technical analysis. Again, does not mean that if there's some sort of good or bad news that it can't blow way outside those ranges, but that would be kind of a normal expectation. So let's take a look at a potential earnings trade. Now this one I would be selling this Friday's expiration of the 126s, and I'm buying if I go all the way out to May 26. So that's giving me almost a whole month out on my long strikes. I'm going to pay 85 cents for this, let's call it. So that would be, if I did 10 of them, which I won't, that would be $850. But what I want to show you is something a little bit different. Let's just say that I only want these a week apart. I want to go April 21st and April 28th. Watch what happens to the price in this. It drops down to 28 cents. There's much less time between the short and the long. Therefore, the cost is going to be significantly less. Now, we also need to understand that gives us a lot less time to potentially make a move or adjust this trade if it does go wrong. If you get a big move one direction or the other, we are kind of accepting the fact that this is going to be a loser and there's not going to be a great deal we can do about it. So that's kind of a catch-22 or a decision that a trader needs to make. Do I want to get into something like this at a much, much lower price, knowing that I won't probably have a lot of time to do anything with it from an adjustment standpoint? I'm not saying there's nothing you can do, but it's difficult to try to get much out of an adjustment in a 1 week period of time. So for all practical purposes, you need to recognize that you're accepting what could be a total loss, in this case for 10 of these, $250, or if you're only trading one, $25. Again, or we come out to a further point in time, and you can pick your point. Again, I just chose May 26th, and then we're at 85 cents. But that gives us 3 additional weeks or 4 additional weeks to potentially add adjustments to this if we need to do that. So because I personally have a number of other earnings trades going on, I'm just going to take the approach of I'm just going to go 1 week, and I recognize that if this ends up being a big mover and a loser, I'm just going to have to deal with that. I'm just going to accept my $270, $280 loss and move on. Again, maybe there will be something I can do to help mitigate that loss a little bit, but I'm not going to count on it as I put this trade on. So let me go ahead here and enter this trade, and let's see, $270. All right, we are all good to go there. And I sent that out. Bang, filled instantly. Okay, so that is our filled position on this. Now what I'm also going to do here is I'm now going to come down to that open position, and I'm going to set an order to close a portion of that already here so that tomorrow morning there will already be an order out there waiting. So I got into that at whatever that was, 26 cents I believe it was. So I will sell out of that. If I were to make 10 cents per, that's going to be 37 cents. So let me put an order out there to sell a few of them. I don't want to sell a lot of them. This is just going to be kind of my signal that, hey, dummy, you're in your zone. You're getting what you wanted out of this trade. So that would be a decent return on a couple of those. That will also then act as an alarm for me tomorrow morning if it hits, that will say, hey, you have a chance to take some profits here. So take a closer look. So that's going to be what I'm going to do on this. Actually, I'm just going to bump that up to 40 cents. Again, that's unlikely to hit at that level, but it's not out of the question. So we'll see where we're at tomorrow morning. I'm going to go ahead again. That's a good till cancel order. Going to put that out there right now, and that will kind of be my alarm in the morning to let me know, hey, you've got a chance to get a fill here. So that's it on the IBM earnings calendar trade.